Let's be real for a second. Most of us are following a financial script that is just broken. You know the one. Work hard, get a little raise, upgrade the car, maybe move to a slightly bigger place, and then just do it all over again. But here's the secret. There's a small group of people playing a totally different game. They have a playbook that lets them leapfrog everyone else. And today, we're going to steal that playbook.
You know that feeling, right? You get that salary-credited text, and for a split second, you feel rich. But then, boom, the EMI for the car, the rent, the credit card bills, they all come swooping in. And you're left with just enough to get by until the next payday. It's a cycle, and it almost feels like it's designed to keep you running in place. See, here's the problem. We're taught to play defense with our money, just trying not to run out. But the wealthy? They play offense. They're playing to win. So today, we're learning the rules of offense. It's a 3-act play. First, we're going to rewire your financial brain. Then we'll build your money engine. And finally, we'll learn how to play the end game. All right, Act 1. Before you can even think about changing your bank account, you have to change your thinking. These first few moves, they're not about complicated investments or anything like that. They're all about shifting your entire perspective on what winning actually looks like. So what's the very first move? Well, it's a simple but absolutely game-changing shift in what you choose to measure.
Stop obsessing over your salary. Seriously, start obsessing over your net worth. Think about it. Income just measures how much cash is flowing through your hands. But net worth, what you own minus what you owe, that measures what actually sticks around. And what's really cool here is the question it forces you to ask. An income focus sees the latest phone and asks, "Can I afford the monthly payment?" A net worth focus asks something totally different. Will this move me forward, or will it just look good for a few months? That one mental switch changes every single decision you make.
Okay, listen up, because this is probably the most dangerous moment in your entire career. It's that first big promotion, that first chunky raise. It feels like you finally made it, but I'm telling you, it's a trap. This right here is the silent wealth killer. Your salary gets a promotion, and suddenly, so do your food delivery orders. You upgrade from that small 1-bedroom to a 2-bedroom. That weekend trip becomes an international one. The thing is, these don't feel like luxuries anymore. They become your new baseline, your new minimum. You're not actually getting richer, you're just getting more expensive. You're trapped.
And this quote just brilliantly lays out the escape plan. That first big injection of cash, it isn't for a better lifestyle today. It's fuel to build a much better financial future. You've got to use it to upgrade your balance sheet, demolish that high-interest debt, start your first real investment, and build up that emergency fund.
So if you're not buying a fancier watch, what are you buying? You're buying assets. And early in the game, assets doesn't just mean stocks and mutual funds. An asset is anything that upgrades your earning engine. It could be a subscription to a piece of software that saves you 10 hours a week. It could be an online course that helps you land your first freelance client. These assets don't pay you today, but they multiply your ability to earn tomorrow.
Okay, is your brain rewired? Check. Now it's time for Act 2. This is where we build a machine that actually accelerates your wealth. These next few moves are all about creating leverage, so your output isn't just tied to the hours you put in.
A salary will always have a ceiling, but your skills, when you stack them in the right way, have almost unlimited leverage. So you have to stop asking, how can I get a 10% raise? And start asking, what rare and valuable combination of skills can I build? Think about it. A good coder is valuable. A coder who can also communicate clearly with clients, that person becomes a team lead. A coder who can communicate and sell, well, that person can build an entire company.
Now this is a concept the rich use all the time. Asymmetric risk just means making bets where the downside is small and capped, but the upside, well, the upside is potentially massive and life-changing. You're risking just a little for a chance to win a whole lot. Let's make this real. Starting a small side business on the weekends might cost you a little bit of money and a few Saturdays. That's your downside, but it could explode and become the next big thing. Or joining a startup for a lower salary but getting stock options. Yeah, the cash is less, but that equity could be worth a fortune if the company takes off. These are smart bets on game-changing outcomes. You know, not all debt is evil. Consumption debt, like credit card debt from a vacation or a loan for a car that loses value every day, that's like a ghost from your future, just stealing your money through interest. It works against you. But acquisition debt, like a small loan to start a business or to buy an asset that actually makes you money, that's like a partner. It works with you to build your future faster.
All right, on to Act 3. You've changed your mindset, you've built your engine. These final moves, this is what creates true separation. This is what launches you into the top 1%. This is where financial independence is truly born.
This is such a critical distinction. Salary pays you for your time, but equity, which is just ownership, pays you for the future value you help create. A salary is like climbing a ladder, right? One predictable step at a time. Equity is like getting on a rocket ship. Sure, it might blow up on the launch pad, but if it takes off, it can take you further in 5 years than that ladder could in 50.
To really grow, you have to move from where money is being spent to where money is being deployed. It's the difference between being the person coding an app and being in the room where they decide to fund the app. Getting closer to that flow of capital, in venture capital, private equity, or a company's deal-making team, it just completely rewires your understanding of how real wealth is created. Your environment sets the ceiling for your ambition. It's that simple. If you're the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. You have to intentionally put yourself in situations, conferences, meetings, masterminds, where you feel just a little bit intimidated. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Good. That feeling is the sound of you growing. And when you're in that room and you feel that imposter syndrome creeping in, just remember this little secret. Everybody is just figuring it out. The people at the very top aren't pretending they have all the answers. In fact, they're the ones asking the best questions. So be curious, not cool.
So all of these moves we've talked about, tracking your net worth, dodging lifestyle inflation, stacking skills, taking smart risks, getting ownership, they are all building towards one single ultimate goal.
So here it is. This is the final boss level of the money game. The end game is to make this transition from a world where your income is tied to your time to a world where your assets, the businesses you own, the stocks you hold, are your employees, working for you 24/7. That is the true definition of freedom. We've just covered the entire playbook, but you know what? Knowledge without action is just entertainment. So let's turn this into your reality right now with one simple action you can take this week. I want you to go all the way back to move number 1. Open up a simple spreadsheet. On one side, list everything you own that has value, your cash, investments, your home. On the other side, list everything you owe, loans, credit card balances. The difference between the two? That's your net worth. And this isn't just a number. It's your starting line in this new game. Your mission from this day forward is to make that one number go up. And I'll leave you with this question to think about. Look at that new net worth statement you just made. What on that list is actually working for you? What is going to generate value for you tonight while you are fast asleep? The journey to real wealth begins the moment you start building the answer to that question.